Hey everyone, Aidan here with Catering Launch. Today we're going to jump into a really simple but really effective menu hack to take your restaurant's catering to the next level. Let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about something that's extremely important for restaurants to do with their catering menus. Back when I owned my restaurant, I came to this realization way too late. So I'm hoping to save you some time here. So basically, we all know that the easier something is to do, the more people will do it, right? This is just common sense. This is the whole idea behind why Amazon runs their Prime program. Why then do so many restaurant owners have incredibly complex catering menus with 100 different options, each of which feeds a different amount of people? It doesn't make any sense, right? So at Pier 49 Pizza, my old pizzeria, I spent way too long just giving people a choice of our 16 specialty pizzas and figuring that people would be able to formulate their own perfect order. So everything changed when I created a per person menu, telling people the prices of different tiers of meal. So if you want pizza for 50 people, it costs $7.49 per person. If you want pizza and salad for 50 people, it costs $8.99 per person. And if you want pizza, salads, cheesy breadsticks, and dessert pizzas for 50 people, it's $9.99 per person. This is what you have to do at your restaurant. You can have a complex catering menu if you like, and if it works for your case, but at the top of that menu, you need to have a couple of different options, 3, 4, 5 at the most, of per person options. Doing this at your restaurant is going to increase the number of people who look at your catering menu, then decide to actually order. Now, it's a really simple change, but the catering program at my restaurant didn't start to take off until I did this. I can't overstate the importance of creating a catering menu that is simple, clear, and designed for easy decision making. If you're in the catering business, and if you're a restaurant, you have to be, your menu has to be structured in a way that makes ordering a no-brainer. You want someone planning an event to look at your menu and immediately know what to choose without having to do any extra math or guesswork. Using per person pricing means that the office manager, the executive assistant, the receptionist, or whoever is buying food for that office can do some quick math and determine if a meal at your restaurant fits within their budget. If the person in charge of ordering food for an office or a wedding or something along those lines can't quickly figure out how much feeding their group is going to cost, then you've lost them. If they have to guess how many trays or platters they'll need, then they're going to get overwhelmed and they're going to move on to a competitor of yours who makes the ordering process easy. This is something I learned the hard way. Back when I started focusing on catering at Pier 49 Pizza, like I said before, my menu was just a long list of pizzas and appetizers and desserts and salads with no clear way to estimate cost. People had to call and ask me, how much food do I need for 50 people? Or what's the total cost for 100 people? That extra effort turned people away because they didn't want to do the mental gymnastics required to figure it out. But when I switched to simple per person meal packages, everything changed. The calls became, I'll take the silver tier for 75 people. How soon can you deliver? That's the power of a well-structured catering menu. Ordering becomes effortless and the barrier to making a purchase is drastically reduced. And the best part, once people experience how seamless it is to order from you, they keep coming back. They trust you. They know that they don't have to stress about quantities, dietary preferences, or surprise costs. They know that you've already done the work for them, and that makes all the difference. So let's talk for a few minutes about why clarity is your best sales strategy. So a confused customer is a lost customer. When potential catering customers look at your menu, they should know exactly what they're getting with every single catering package that you offer them. If they have to call and ask too many questions, there's a good chance they're just going to move on to a competitor who presents the information more clearly. Your menu should be designed for quick decisions. Think about it. Catering orders are placed by people who are already juggling 100 other responsibilities. We're talking about executive assistants, we're talking about office managers, receptionists, folks like that. These people don't have time to piece together an order like a puzzle. Make it simple for them by grouping everything into logical, easy to understand packages. Now, a great example of this is how fast food chains create combo meals. So instead of picking a burger and then fries and then a drink separately, they bundle it all together and make it an easy choice. The same basic logic applies to our catering menus. So the easier you make it for your customers to order, the more of them are going to order. So let's talk for a minute about the 3-tiered system that I recommend, which is having a gold, a silver, and a bronze option. So this is without a doubt the best way to structure your catering menu. So you have 3 tiers and you let customers pick a package that fits their budget while ensuring that they always feel like they're getting value no matter which option they choose. So for a minute, let's walk through how I did this at my old pizzeria, Pier 49 Pizza in American Fork, Utah. So here's our menu, and you can see that we have all of our different catering packages right here at the very top of our menu because we want the most people to see them. So our gold tier option is pizza, salad, and breadsticks per person. We then had a silver tier option, which was pizza and salad per person. And then we had just pizza per person, which was the bronze tier option. Now what it comes down to is this. No one feels bad about ordering the bronze tier option because in their mind, even if they're on a budget, they're still meddling, right? It's a subtle psychological trick, but it works. People want options and they don't want to feel like they're having to sacrifice quality. So imagine that you're planning an event. You have a budget and you want to provide a good meal for your guests, but you're also trying to keep costs reasonable. If your restaurant only has one catering option, then you as a customer might hesitate. But when they see tiers of options that are laid out exceptionally easily to order, you naturally weigh your best options and you find the best fit for every event's needs. So let's talk about how this could work for other restaurants, right? There's probably a lot of people watching this video who own pizzerias and could do something very similar to what I did. But there's probably a lot of folks with different types of restaurants. So if you own a barbecue restaurant, your menu could look like this. For example, gold tier, you have 4 meats, 3 sides, and cornbread. Silver tier, you have 2 meats and 3 sides. And then the bronze tier would be like a pulled pork sandwich with 2 sides. If you run a Mexican restaurant, you could do something like this. Your gold tier, beef, pork, chicken, and veggie tacos with beans, rice, a salsa bar, and dessert. And then your silver tier, you take out the steak tacos, right? You put in pork and chicken, your cheaper proteins, and then include beans, rice, and a salsa bar, but maybe no dessert. And your bronze tier could just be chicken tacos with rice and beans. Right, so the structure is what matters, not the specific food items. Give people a clear progression from basic to premium, and they'll naturally find their ideal option without feeling overwhelmed. And because the gold tier feels like such an upgrade for just a few dollars more, you're going to find that a lot of people end up choosing that. A lot of catering menus that I see leave money on the table because they accidentally push people towards the cheaper options, or they leave people so confused and overwhelmed that they just automatically go with the cheaper options. So revamp your catering menu with per person options at the top and everything else below. So right here at the top and then everything else below. And then you're going to increase your conversion by 50% or more. So building off this per person menu, it also makes sense for us to have a meal for 10 option. At Pier 49 Pizza, we had this one right here. So basically, it's just a bundled meal that is essentially your gold tier, so your highest tier per person option, but priced out for 10 people, right? So we had a lot of folks order our per person items, but a ton of people, they would just order our meal for 10 and just run with that. So our meal for 10 included 2 16-inch pizzas. It included and we had them separated out half and half. And then it had a 12-inch cheese pizza, 12-inch cheesy breadsticks, a 12-inch dessert pizza, and then a family-size salad. So that's basically what ours came down to, which is basically just this with a dessert pizza thrown on there. So having 3 per person meals and a meal for 10 is a great option. Lots of folks order for even numbers of people, so this meal for 10 is exactly what they need. At Pier 49 Pizza, we'd get plenty of people ordering 1 meal for 10, and then we get others who would order 20 or 30 of them at once. So why did this work so well? Because our meal for 10 is a no thinking required option. Customers didn't have to do any math or any planning. They just saw a meal for 10 and knew this is exactly what I want. This was also a way to introduce catering customers to our food. People would order 1 meal for 10 just to test us out, and then next time they'd order for 50 or 100 people, so order 5 to 10 of these packages. This was our foot in the door strategy, and it worked wonders. So the meal for 10 that you formulate for your restaurant should be priced slightly lower than if they ordered everything separately, but still profitable for you. The goal is to make it feel like an exceptional deal without giving away too much, right? Now, a pro tip here, you want to use high margin items to make the meal look even more valuable. So in my case, dessert pizzas, cheesy breadsticks, and salads, have a very low food cost, but add a lot of perceived value. Customers thought they were getting an extra $30 worth of food, and they were, but in reality, our food cost was only $5 or $6. At the end of the day, catering customers want an easy order process. They're not looking to browse a complex menu or make 100 little decisions. They just want to check a few boxes and be done and be sure that the food's going to show up on time and amazing. If we make their lives easier by offering per person meal packages, highlighting a meal for 10 front and center, and using clear and familiar tiered pricing, when you do these 3 things, you're going to book more orders far faster than ever before. And let's be honest, once you book an order and deliver an outstanding experience, that customer is going to return. They're going to order from you this month, they're going to order from you next month, and they're going to keep ordering for months and years to come. People remember restaurants that make them look good. If an office manager can order from you and get compliments from the team, they'll stick with you over the long haul. So our final key takeaway from this training is that you need to make your menu a selling machine. When you remove friction, so those little pesky decisions that food buyers don't want to have to worry about, your catering sales are going to absolutely skyrocket. If you apply everything that I've shared here, I promise you, you are going to see a massive difference in your catering sales. The easier you make it for customers to choose and order, the more orders you'll get. It's common sense, right? It's just that simple. And once those customer orders start rolling in, the best part is knowing that you've set up a system that brings in recurring business. So if you need help creating a per person menu, or maybe you're having difficulty creating a meal for 10 for your restaurant, reach out and we can chat for a few minutes to come up with something amazing. I'd love to do that for you. So as always, to everyone out there, thanks for watching, and let's go crush it with catering this week. Take care.